Alrighty, so the spoilers are out for chapter 237 of the manga, and no sign of Gojo, no updates. Nonetheless though, if you do enjoy this video, please subscribe, and let's get right into the spoilers. So the chapter opens up right where we left off last week with Kashimo's electrifying entrance into the battlefield. Of course, after Gojo being sliced in half, he's next up on the chopping block and wants to fight Sukuna, is super excited. Someone else suddenly enters the fray as well though, Yura Yume, whose name I haven't said before, but she's Sukuna's ally who uses ice. She arrives here and delivers Sukuna a cursed weapon which Yorozu constructed for him when she died, and she sends this through a giant chunk of ice. Simultaneously, Hikari jumps in as well and activates his domain against her. He says that he made a promise and cannot let her live, so it looks like we're gonna get Hikari versus her here, which is a fight that I wasn't expecting. This is the only glimpse we get in the chapter of it, is literally just the beginning with him opening his domain and her starting to use some ice expansion. Nonetheless though, cool fight that I wasn't expecting to see, so moving on. The long-awaited fight begins with Sukuna immediately launching an electric attack from the new weapon he acquired, but Kashimo is resistant to it due to his own cursed energy, of course. Kashimo then goes on to ask Sukuna if he was born the strongest or if he had to become so, followed by asking things such as how Sukuna interacted with others or felt any empathy, because he himself saw all other humans as pieces of dirt, essentially in comparison to himself. Sukuna responds by saying he doesn't know because he was an unwanted child, and I'm not quite sure what he means by that. He then calls Kashimo extravagant like Gojo. The fight truly begins here with Kashimo using his staff and Sukuna blocking the attack. Then Kashimo immediately activates his long-awaited curse technique, and the name of this translates to Phantom Beast Amber or something like that. I'm sure we'll get more precise translations in the coming days, but nonetheless, this is just super exciting to finally see. Next, Kashimo manages to land a punch on Sukuna's face and then loads up some sort of breath and shoots it at Sukuna. The design for this and how it's depicted is super interesting, like his face almost transforms to look like a pea shooter from Plants vs. Zombies, but nonetheless, he's actually landing some blows here on Sukuna, which is really cool to see. Now, the explanation of his curse technique here is pretty confusing, honestly. The narrator explains that Kashimo's curse technique remakes his body to be able to blast any kind of attack, which Kashimo can make from his cursed energy. Not quite sure what that means, honestly, but he's beating on Sukuna here and it looks really cool. It's then explained that once his curse technique ends, his body will break due to how enhanced it is. He lands some more hits here and is faring well, but then Sukuna suddenly returns to his original four-armed form, which he had intentionally halted previously. End of chapter. So Kashimo's beatdown on Sukuna right here was very short-lived, as Sukuna wasn't really fighting back and then immediately now has gone back to his original form, which is just insane to finally see. And yeah, that's it for the chapters. So just to recap quickly some interesting things, I wasn't expecting to see Hikari kind of jump in and get a fight here. On top of that, I somewhat expected it this week, but yeah, not even seeing Gojo's body like at all is, you know, pretty painful. I would like an update on that, but what we see here with Kashimo and Sukuna is really cool. We essentially have some interesting kind of back and forth conversation with Kashimo questioning Sukuna. Sukuna almost did no fighting in the chapter aside from that first attack, which did nothing to Kashimo due to it being an electric attack. But with him being back in this four-armed form, I think we're going to get a really cool fight here that I'm still not sure how long it's going to last. Kashimo's curse technique is literally destroying him simultaneously himself, so I don't know what's going to happen there. I am really excited though, and this was a cool chapter, so if you did enjoy, please subscribe, comment your thoughts on the chapter. I'm really tired, gonna go to sleep after I post this, and I'll see you all in the next one.